Hello friends, welcome. If you are new here, my name is Amanda Willis. I empower families to wellness authentically through biblically rooted principles. And one of my absolute favorite ways to do that is with Ylang Ylang essential oils. And today we're going to be going through our February essential rewards order, also the monthly loyalty program. They're kind of in the middle of changing terminology right now, but Wellness Box subscription is the way I usually refer to it because it's so easy and customizable. You get to pick the amount of product, you get to pick what product, and you get to pick the date that it ships every month. And so it makes it super simple. Plus, it is the best way to order with Ylang Ylang because you get lots of promotions and then points back and exclusive discounts on things that you can't get when you do just a regular monthly shop order. And of course, you're getting your wholesale discount on top of the points back and the promotion. So it really is the biggest bang for your buck, especially if you're trying to cash flow and build your wellness toolbox. So let's dive right on in, and I'm going to start. My new pattern is going to be that I start doing this in a certain order, and I've kind of done it this way unintentionally in the past. But the best way to build your orders, I saw a graphic recently and I loved it so much that I want to do my videos in the same order to help emphasize. So I talked about the best way to build your Ylang Ylang orders being with your nutritionals on the bottom and supplements, and then your ditch and switch products, and then your oils at the top. So it's a pyramid that direction. With really, a lot of people think like, oh, you order through Ylang Ylang, you must order a ton of oils. And yes, if you look in our house, we have quite a large oil selection. However, most of those actually we're getting free. We do order a couple, but as you'll see, this pyramid, though it's one that I have not shared out yet until today, it is one that I've actually kind of subconsciously used because of just the priorities in our own home. Because if you're using oils and you're not taking care of your base, your nutritional, and you're still using toxic products in your home, your oils are trying to help your body keep up with all of the negative input that you're putting in. So if you're focusing on those things on the bottom, then you're starting with a really solid foundation. So then when you get to the oils, they're the cherry on top and they're just helping with the day-to-day support. So without further ado, the nutritional portion of this order, we actually have Balance Complete, which I'm excited because I haven't ordered this in quite a few months, actually, I think. So Balance Complete is it's a meal replacement shake is how it's labeled. I love to add this to smoothies. You can make energy balls with this. You can make just about any recipe. If it calls for a protein powder, you can use this one. Notice it's called Balance Complete Meal Replacement. It's not called a protein powder. Ylang Ylang does have their Pure Protein Complete, which is more of a focused protein supplement. This one does have protein in it. However, it is also a balance of a lot of your other nutrients and nutrition. So a really fun budget hack is if you're wanting to get started on Master Formula, but the price tag on that as your multivitamin is a little bit high for you, you can alternate and do one. You could start with Balance Complete because there's a whole lot of really great foundational nutrition in here. And then you could kind of build up to where you're doing Balance Complete either every other day or every 2 days, and then a Master Formula on the third. If you wanted to kind of spread it out a little bit and stretch your budget, that's a great way to do that. So I'm excited to have this. It is a vanilla flavor. Does it say? Yeah, vanilla cream. 4 grams of dietary fiber, 12 grams of protein in here. If you're wondering, the base is a dairy whey protein base. It is grass-fed dairy, and anytime Ylang Ylang is using dairy, they're using anything like that, they still have their seed to seal standard for their nutritional supplements, just like they do with their essential oils. So you're getting organic is like the base, right? So if you haven't checked out my seed to seal video, be sure you do that if you don't know what seed to seal is, because it really is a standard that's far above just about any other company I think I've ever seen. So, all right, that's Balance Complete. Then of course we have our Ninja Red. Oops, I'm hitting things over here. So there's 2 bottles of Ninja in this month's order. I really wanted to get the Essential Reward Kit. But we're Dave Ramsey people and we're saving for a house. So 2 bottles of Ningxia it is. That gives us, both my husband and I daily, we go through just a little bit more, like probably 2.5 to 3 bottles a month, but we still have a little bit in our fridge. So just restocking some of our Ningxia kit. I go into lots of detail on that in my Ningxia Red video, so be sure to check out that link in the description as well. So that's the kind of the foundation of our order is this. And when I say our orders, if you haven't been following, my husband and I both are, my husband and I both have our own Young Living accounts. And so I do an order on each of our accounts every month. And so this is our accounts combined. So we've got the Ningxia and the Balance Complete. Then moving over to the Ditch and Switch category. Oh, wait, no, I've got one more thing. I'm sorry. One more thing in Nutritionals, and that's Essential Zyme. Friends, this was a transformational supplement for me. I feel like this combined with Ningxia were 2 of the things that helped me the most when I was walking through really, really severe acne and digestive issues. So the Essential Zyme is intended, it's formulated to be taken in between meals, and it's really a great one. I start every morning with this, and it's a caplet, I think is how they, peppermint coated bilayer caplet, a multi-enzyme blend. So this has your hydrochloric acid in it as well to really help with digestion and getting things going. So if you take one of these when you first wake up before you have any food on an empty stomach, I take it with my lemon water, then that really helps to get your digestive system ready for the day, moving. It gets your liver and your gallbladder ready, and it's like, okay, food is coming. It kind of tells your body food is coming, be ready. Here's how here's how I'm going to help you break it down. So that one is a daily supplement in my regimen, has been for 4 years now. Yeah, about 4 years now. All right, Ditch and Switch. Thieves Laundry Soap. This looks like a tiny bottle. I know it looks like a tiny bottle. When I first got this, I was like, oh, is that it? The very first time I ordered Thieves. Again, that was the laundry soap I got probably 3.5 years ago, I think, for the first time. And I had no idea how concentrated Young Living's products were at the time and just how long this lasts. Honestly, for us, our family, now we only have 2 people in our family. However, I do a load of laundry, at least 1 load, 6 days a week on average throughout the year. This bottle will last us about 6 months in our house. So I've done it a few times where I've labeled the date on the side of the bottle, and that's a really great way if you're not sure how long things are lasting, or you think you might be going through them really slow or really fast, but you're not sure. Grab a Sharpie, put the date that you open it on the side of the bottle, and then when it's empty, you can compare, how long you used it. So for us, like I said, 6 months, 1 bottle lasts so long. I love this stuff. It gets our laundry nice and clean. There's no gross smell that's kind of sticking around. Because if you're not familiar with traditional laundry detergents and the white's whiter and bright's brighter, it's because they put optical brighteners into the detergent, not Young Living. These are conventional detergents that do those things, and they're not actually getting your clothes that clean. They're just reflecting light so that it looks like it is. But that stuff stays on your clothes, and then it off gases in your closet, and it can cause lots of skin irritations and respiratory issues. So especially if you're dealing with anything like asthma in the house or any sort of respiratory breathing things, allergies, maybe try switching your laundry detergent and see how that works for you. Even the fragrance-free conventional ones still have a lot of stuff in them. That's why we love our Thieves. And it's the only laundry soap I use anymore. I probably have another month left on ours, but I don't want to be behind. And actually, I'm hoping to have an entire bottle backup at least as I work on building the stock of all of our products to at least 6 months to a year's supply of backup. If you haven't noticed, in the last year, stores sometimes and post office can be behind on their shipments and supply chains, and so just working to get that store and that stock. The house of the wise are stores of choice food and oil, right? So that's the laundry soap. And then this month, I haven't ordered this in a while either because it lasts so long and I haven't needed to. but this is actually the ART, which stands for Age Refining Technology, skincare set. And it's a gentle cleanser, a light moisturizer, and a refreshing toner. I love the ART. I tried the Bloom set last year and I liked it okay, but I think my skin prefers the ART in the winter time for sure. So I'm thinking about kind of alternating and doing the ART in the winter months and in the drier months here in Colorado, and then moving to the Bloom, which has the brightening essence and everything in it, in the summertime when I don't wear as much makeup out and about and hiking and stuff like that. So this has, like I said, the cleanser, the toner, and the moisturizer. It comes in this beautiful box. And I use this every morning. And then I also use Clariderm, and I have a brand new bottle of Clariderm. And it was perfect timing. It had been out of stock and it came back right in, and I think I'm down to my last spray tomorrow. So cutting it a little closer than I'd like with the Clariderm. But I love to do a spritz of this on my skin after I finish, not moisturizing, before I moisturize, after I tone, and actually after I put my frankincense and patchouli on my skin. So this is my go-to. It's been super, super helpful in helping my skin to recover, like I said, after years of really bad acne. I have very little scarring, if you knew what my face looked like before, and I think the skincare has been super helpful for that. And of course, there's no junk in it. So it's super clean and very, super clean, very nourishing. I like that. I use that in the morning, and then at night I have a different routine that I do, but every single morning, that's my go-to. And then cherry on top oils. I'll show you what we purchased and then what we got for free. So RC is a great blend, and this one I've always said smells like a spa to me. This came in, I feel like this came in my kit when I first got started over 5 years ago. The premium starter kit has so much more in it now than it did when we started. But there's a lot of eucalyptus in here. It's very good for breathing deep. It's great to put on your chest. It's great to put in the diffusers. I love to use it in the springtime. I used this a lot last summer when we had a lot of fires in the area here on the Front Range. And so we needed fresh, bright air to breathe in deeply. And I used this in our diffuser a lot then. It is also the reason I ordered it now. Well, I was low, number one, but number two, I've actually been using this as I've been working through an emotional block that I've had for a very long time, an emotional stronghold of depletion. And so there is a blue book that we use a lot in Young Living called Releasing Emotional Patterns with Essential Oils. And I will say from a biblical standpoint, it's a really great reference tool. There are a few things in there that you kind of have to throw out. But I wouldn't throw the baby out with the bathwater. There's a lot of really great information in there as well that is solid. And so anyway, they use different oils on different alarm points in the body for emotions that are kind of blocking emotional patterns essentially. And so for me, one of those is depletion, and it's on the lymphatic drainage point and lymphatic congestion, and the oil that pairs with that and helping to release that is RC. And so I've been putting RC on 5 to 7 times a day on that point, and also then breathing it in very deeply. And I've noticed a really big difference when I was doing that consistently for a couple weeks, and then I ran out of the oil. So I didn't realize I was that low. I thought I had a backup bottle. So I grabbed some more RC this order, and I'm excited to have that. And then peppermint. Oh, peppermint. I feel like this is one of those all around, everybody loves peppermint. Now, if you have never smelled Young Living's peppermint and you're used to peppermint fragrance things and maybe even other companies' brands of peppermint, you might notice this one smells a little bit different because it smells like the plant, not like the candy. Two very different things. And a true pure oil will smell like the plant. If it smells sweet and has a very sweet candy smell to it, that comes from synthetic. And the way that you do that is through a synthetic process. The regular plant oil doesn't smell sweet. Now it does kind of vary in its menthol content depending what time of the year it was harvested. And so it's going to smell slightly different throughout the year, but it should smell like the peppermint plant. And we use peppermint for so many things. It's actually, I think it's NRC. Is it in here? Yes, it is NRC. It's great for breathing deep. It's great in a seasonal change blend that a lot of people like to use. Lavender, lemon, and peppermint together, equal parts. You can do it in the diffuser, you can do it in a chest rub, and then you can use the Vitality versions of those oils and put them in a capsule if you wanted to and take that internally. So the Vitality version, I don't have any Vitality oils in this order to show you, but the Vitality oils have a white label on them, and then the topical aromatic ones have the solid colored label on them. The only difference is the label. It's the exact same oil in those bottles. So Peppermint Vitality, regular peppermint, same oil in the bottle, same grade, same safety, all that jazz. Just the label's different and how we're talking about them when we educate, because that is how the FDA likes it. All right. So that's peppermint for you. Oh, I love also to put peppermint. I love to do Peppermint Vitality in my water. I like to do peppermint on the back of my neck if I get really hot or anything like that, because it's very, very cooling. The menthol in there is helpful. So that's everything that we purchased. As you see, it's that pyramid, the oils on top, and then a little bit more in the middle with Ditch and Switch, but the base is our nutritional and supplements. And that's a really great way to be thinking about not just your Young Living orders, but in how you're kind of taking care of your wellness to begin with. Is that foundation always is the nutrition. Okay, moving on to what was free this month. One is free shipping. We got free shipping with both orders. That is free always at the 100 pp level now with any order with Young Living, which is exciting. Then at the 190 level, I actually know the levels of these this month, friends. I don't have to look them up. Okay, at the 190 level this month, you have Ylang Ylang and Patchouli. And these are beautiful. This is like love is in the air. We're in February, right? Free oils. So Patchouli I use on my skin every day. You heard me say in my routine, in my skincare routine, together with frankincense. And Young Living is so generous. We have gotten Patchouli free so frequently that I don't think I've ever had to buy a bottle of Patchouli, but I used it daily on my skin for at least 4 years. So kind of crazy, but Patchouli, that is the biggest thing I have used it for, honestly. And what's funny is it's the scent that most people think they smell on me when I'm out and about and I get stopped. People ask me if I put Patchouli on, usually 8 hours before that I had, but it is a great aroma for emotions as well as skin. It's so great for skin health, and so that's why it goes on my skin every day. Then Ylang Ylang. This is a very romantic oil. This is one that I would say be sure to look up in your Lucy Libido book. And if you don't have a Lucy Libido book yet and you are married, friend, go grab yourself one. It is a wonderful book loaded with some great recipes and great tips for oils in the bedroom. And so Ylang Ylang is great for that. It's really great emotional. It is florally smelling. It is beautiful. To me, it smells like, I don't know, just gorgeous floral bouquet. And it's also a great skin oil too. But lots of beautiful things for Ylang Ylang. It's in some of my favorite blends. And I love to diffuse this one too. Just very joyful smelling, uplifting. This is the oil that actually made my husband a believer in essential oils actually working. And that's because he was tossing and turning when we had first gotten married. He was tossing and turning in bed for probably 30 or 45 minutes. Wasn't able to fall asleep. He asked me if I had lavender nearby, and our lavender was in the other room. And so I said, actually, I don't, but here, try some of this, because I remember Gary Young had always said the best oil to use is the one that you have. And so I reached over and I grabbed Ylang Ylang and I gave it to him and I said, put some of this on your big toe. So he put some on his big toe. That's, if you don't know, the acupressure point that corresponds with the brain. And so he put some on his big toe and he was out in less than a minute after he had been tossing and turning and tossing and turning. He woke up the next day, he was like, what was that oil you gave me? That really worked. Now, it's not one that's typically labeled for sleep, but it's one that was helping at the time, just some things, emotions and things that it was helpful for what his body needed. And so remember, whatever oil you have, that's the best one to use at the time. Okay, so Ylang Ylang was free. Then at $2.50, you have an entire 15 milliliter bottle of Stress Away. And can you guess what this one does? Stress Away. Beautiful in the diffuser. Anytime you want a blend that kind of smells like baked goods, this is a good one to use as the base because the vanilla in it, although now we have straight vanilla you can get as well to add to your diffuser. But it has copaiba and lime. It's like a vacation in a bottle. It's an island vacation almost. It's a great one to use at the end of the workday or in the middle of the workday or when your kids are just inside a lot. Has that been anybody's experience recently? This is a great one to pop into the diffuser during that time so that mama can take a deep breath and not have to worry so much about what else is happening in the house at that moment. Stress Away. Then the last two, I am super excited about. Some months I get way more excited about promos than others, and this was one that I was very excited about. At the 300 PV level in February, you have Sacred Frankincense and One Heart. Sacred Frankincense is the frankincense variety that they believe was brought to baby Jesus, and it is the boswellia sacra. Now, I wish I could tell you everything that boswellia sacra is good for. What I will recommend you to instead is go to pubmed.gov, which I'll link below in the description for you, pubmed.gov. I can't link the search for you, but I can link the where to go for the search. And then in the search box on PubMed, look up boswellia sacra and see all of the studies that have been done with boswellia sacra. It is higher in boswellic acids than your traditional frankincense, the boswellia carteri. And it's just, to me, this blend smells earthier than boswellia carti. Like, I feel like carti is a little sweeter and this one's a little earthier and even more grounding to me. So love this one. And there's actually a really cool story that we can't get into today, but how Gary Young from Young Living is actually the first one who is able to get boswellia sacra on the market for people because of his work in Oman. And we get this from our farm in Oman and we distill in Oman. And I believe still even to this day, we're the only company that's actually allowed in Oman in the distillery because of how Young Living cares for the boswellia trees, the frankincense trees and the resin, and doesn't kill them. And because it's very easy when you're tapping them for the resin to accidentally kill the tree. And Young Living's so careful and cares for them so well that we have earned the trust in Oman and we're allowed to stay in there and not only harvest, but distill there as well. And then the One Heart blend, this was our convention blend from 2020. And in this blend, I'll read to you what's in here. You have, oh, it's very light print. You have lemon, Ylang Ylang, Northern Lights black spruce, lime, Roman chamomile, jasmine, ocotea, spearmint, black spruce, blue tansy, camphor, geranium, boswellia carti, that frankincense is in here too. This one I've heard explained like sunshine in a bottle. And it kind of, that's what it smells like when you breathe it in really deeply. It's just very uplifting, sweet and floral because you got the Ylang Ylang and the jasmine in there. But then you have a little bit of the earthy groundingness too from the Northern Lights black spruce and the frankincense. So it's a very balanced blend, beautiful in the diffuser. that's what I use One Heart for a lot. I also took a bath in this. On Valentine's Day, I put One Heart and Ylang Ylang together in my Epsom salts. It was beautiful, absolutely lovely. I highly recommend it. What do you use One Heart for? I would love to know if you have other uses, because the only thing I know is to diffuse it and put it in baths. But I'm sure there's really other creative ways. And that's all for this month's Young Living orders. Take care, friends, and I will see you soon. Cheers.